Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new Codex review. So this weekend, Games Workshop just launched the Cult Mechanicus Codex, and here we are with a new review. So we have here is a Codex Adeptus Mechanicus from the Cult Mechanicus. So let's make a look what's inside, and we're going to make a look on the new rules, and just to give short opinion what is that. It's just the first view to the one of the first views that I'm doing to the codex, so I'm not familiar with all the rules at all. I did just a fast review, and with the information from the White Dwarf we have some details. So here we have, as usual, we start with the content. There is a lot of fluff, and then we have the rules, we have the appendix where we have all the different, well, here are the units and all the special rules. So we can go as usual, just the codex that I reviewed some days ago. Here we have the some art and some fluff. We have art and fluff, more fluff, the organization of the how it's the Mechanicum organization. Here we have the organigram of the Mechanicum, some more fluff and more about the organization of the Cult Mechanicum. So here we have all the info. Let me put it like that to avoid strange brights from the light. I love this art. This is the colors of the Riza forge wall. So more and more organization chats. We have a little bit of explanation of the different forge wall, of course, starting with Mars, Lucius, Agrippina A, Styges, Gaia, Riza, Metallica. So yeah, a lot of information, the typical chronology of the codex. The art, I think, these codex are great. Look, this art. This is awesome piece of art. So I'd like to show also this because you can see all the artwork that you can find in that books. Here we have this one here, another one. I think the illustrations are great, are awesome. Little bit of. I was looking there, but here we have the explanation of the different units of the codex: the Cataphron Breacher, the Cataphron Destroyer, the Priest, the other unit of Priest with the art. Sorry if I'm doing some shade sometimes. The Castellan Robots. Here we have, I think this, it's great. And then we go to the typical illustrations where you can have your column pattern for your army, and I think this is a great inspiration for you. If you don't know for sure which color scheme you want to follow, or you want to follow some fluff from a forge wall, so here you have all the main forge walls. So we have the colors of Mars. This is the red, as we all know. Lucius, this red with this dark gray. Agrippina A, that is gray with white. So we have all the different colors, Styges, Gaia. Metallica is more white, and I like this a lot. This is the Riza, and they follow this orange because it's the rust color of the sons of Riza, of the soil of Riza. And here are some more colors. So I think this is great to have it on a book, because then we can have some inspiration, and you can do your own colors, and you don't have to follow the main colors. So you have here a lot of options for colors on your army. So then, we have here a little bit more of art. You see, these are the colors of Riza. This is the new miniature of the Priest. We have the Castellan. Oh, here I love to watch these illustrations and these pictures. So we have more, and then we have the typical heavy metal part where we can see how to paint them and some ideas for the painting job. So it's interesting to see that they do the Castellan robots. Normally Games Workshop are not doing a lot of weathering on the things, but on the Castellan robots they do some weathering. So we have more here, and then we go to the rules, the organization chat. So it's quite traditional. So 1 HQ, 2 troops, and then you have 6 troops more as additional, 4 elites and 2 heavy supports. So less heavy support and more troops choices than elites than other codex. There is no fast attack, as there is not fast attack in this codex. And yeah, and you can reroll on the warlord traits if you roll in yeah, but let me check. I'm not doing something wrong. If this detachment is your primary detachment, you can reroll the result when rolling on the warlord trait tables. And then if you include one or more data and detachment with this special rule, you can once per game choose to and reuse the Canticle of Omnicia. And the Canticle of Omnicia is a new rule from this book. So yeah, we'll see this more, and I will explain a little bit more later. But this is the new rule for the Adeptus Mechanicum. So yeah, and we go to the units. The war gear, there is not a lot. Here we have some special issue war gear, that is the digital weapons, the Ifo Slave School, the conversion field and the ecstasis field, and then we have the different relics that I will cover, but the relics go from 15 to 35 points here. Yeah, we can yeah, and then we have the first. This is the HQ, is the Tech Priest Dominus, 105 points. Have Artificer armor, the Bull Kit Blaster, the Macro Stabber, the Power Axe, Mechandruid harness, and the Squire Skull, and the Refractor Field. So it's like a Terminator. And then have Canticles of Omnicia, Feel No Pain, Independent Character, and Relentless. So he can, and then have the rule that he can shoot all the weapons, and he's repairing vehicles on 2+. So this is the rules. He can replace the Bullkit Blaster by by the Eradication Ray. He can replace the Macro Stuber by the Phosphor Serpenta. We can check the rules for these weapons at the back. So if we go very fast to the weapons, and then we can go back. Sorry that I'm jumping. To do it with one hand. So we have the Bull Kit. The Bull Kite Blaster is 24 inches, strength 5, AP 5, heavy 3, deflagrate, and deflagrate is the one immediately resolve. If you cause a wound, immediately resolve a number of additional automatic strength 6 AP 5 wounds hits on the same unit equal to the number of unsafe wounds. So it's making like a small explosion, similar to what the Death Jester do with his cannon. With the difference is heavy 3. Remember that they are relentless, so that he can shoot the weapon without any problem and can assault and do all the stuff needed. It's like a Terminator, so have no restrictions in that point. Then he has the Macro Stabber, and it's a pistol that is 12 inches, strength 4, AP 6, and have burst pistol, means that can do 5 shots per turn. And as I said, if I'm not wrong, I can change the Bull Kit Blaster. Let me check, I'm checking just right now. Can change the Bull Kit Blaster by the Eradication Ray, and the Eradication Ray you can have a different profile depending on the distance. Can be strength 8 AP 1 or can be strength 6 AP 3 heavy 1 blast, so depending on the distance. So yeah, you want something anti-infantry, or this is more anti-heavy infantry, anti-vehicle. And he can take also the Phosphor Serpenta for 5 points. The Phosphor Serpenta is somewhere here. Phosphor Serpenta is strength 5, AP 4, assault 1, luminogen. So I don't know, I think I will prefer the the macro stopper, all depends. Is this HQ that have a good shooting, is not bad in close combat because have the power axe, and is a good supportive unit because also give a lot of supports, because can give back not only hull points, also can restore wounds and to the with a 2+ in the shooting phase, so you can use it. And then have a lot of things for close combat weapon, and also have the Mechanicus, so also anti-vehicle. They have, we can check all the equipment right now. So for the artificial armor, all we know what it does. Have the Mechanicus harness. So the Mechanicus harness should be somewhere here. The Mechanicus harness can fire all, is the one that give can fire all his shooting weapons, and in addition, along with the Mechanicus harness is also kept with the data speak. And then we have to look what the data speak does. It's not here. Sorry, I have some things I'm not. See opposite. So the data speak. Yeah, the data speak. Sorry, is here. Is a melee weapon, and that has the data speak rule and is haywire. And in the model equipped with the weapon that has this special rule makes melee attacks. It makes an additional attack at initiative 10, and this is not going. So it's just an additional attack haywire that you do on melee. So just one attack of the strength of the guy. And then the Sky School, this factor field is 5+ invulnerable save. The Sky School is here at the start of any of your turns. With the Sky School, you can choose to identify a single mysterious objective anywhere on the battlefield. So this is also a curious one. Yeah, and then he can have digital weapons that is reroll a single failed roll to wound the soul phase from the special equipment. Also can have the Ecstasis field, that while a model equipped with the Ecstasis field going to ground, it gains a 2+ invulnerable save, but then your weapon skill and ballistic skill is reduced to 0, so it means that you go to ground, you have a 2+ invulnerable save, but then in the next turn you will not have, you cannot shoot and you cannot combat in close combat, so it means that you are completely protecting yourself, and you cannot have any attack. You cannot do any attack, shooting or in close combat. And then you can also have the conversion field that is a 4+ invulnerable save. For 5 points, I think I will do this upgrade from 5 to 4+ invulnerable save. The Ecstasis field, I'm not that sure to use it. And then can have also the Infoslave School. And the Infoslave School is here. I'm going to keep with the Infoslave School at once to its leadership and gains the Acute Sense special rule. So I guess you will go to leadership 10 then, if I'm not wrong. Let's go back to the profile now, and I see. So the profile is weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 5, strength and toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 3, and 2 attacks, and leadership 9. So you will go to 10. So maybe increasing the leadership can be interesting. I don't think he's made for close combat. He can defend himself from close combat, but he's not a guy to go into close combat. I think he's more a shooting and supporting guy. I will review the relics. We can review the relics now, and then we can check if there is anything that can boost him in close combat. So if we look at the relics are here. So the first one is the Rayman. Well, we can go order of points, and then we can. Sorry, I'm jumping. So the first relic is the Anzion's Pseudo Generator. Is this one? It's costing 15 points. It's a melee weapon that have a strength 4, AP 5 shred. And when it's equipped with make these 6 additional attacks using. So you add these 6 additional attacks with the following profile. So this is if you want to improve your close combat abilities, especially against light infantry. Then we have the Mask of the Alpha Dominus, 15 points too. I think this for 15 points is not very nice, it's not great. So the Mask of the Alpha Dominus, the bearer of the Mask of the Alpha Dominus at any time it can instantly change the battle protocol of a friendly Castellan robot. Yeah, this is to modify the Castellan robot in emergency. I think this is only interesting if you use the formation of the Castellan robots, and yeah, and to have. But it's 15 points and you use one of your relics, so I don't think it's for him. It's for the other Mechanicum that can have relics. The guy that goes with the Castellan robots. Then can have the Squire Skull Perspicatus. Sorry. This one here, these ones cost 25 points, start to be expensive the start of each turn. So yeah, you can identify a mysterious objective, or you can scry enemy vehicle. If you choose to scry enemy vehicle, all friendly units of mechanical or skittery faction reroll filet armor penetrations, and you can also reroll glancing to go for a penetrating hit. So yeah, it's not bad this one, but it's 25 points. If the enemy have no vehicles, you lose these points. Then we have the Autocadeus of Arcanland. Is this one, the bearer of the Autocadeus of Arcanland, and his unit have it will not die. This is quite good. Is to boost your unit. So 30 points. If you put this in a Castellan robot unit, this can be quite strong, because then it will not die to the Castellan robots. I think this is quite a good one. The Raiment of the Technomartyr. So it's this one here. 30 points. It confers 2+ armor save, but you already have this. Furthermore, all ranged weapons carried by model with the Cult Mechanicus or stickery faction in the bearer's unit have Cognis weapon special rule. And Cognis is that you can do a snapfire on ability 2, so you do snapfire on 5s. Defensive fire, sorry. And then we have the Unquated Gauntlet, so but it's 30 points. I think it's too much. I'm not. Unquated Gauntlet, it's the last one is here. Yeah, this is quite interesting. So it's a melee weapon. Also a model with Unquated Gauntlet can use it in a fight phase instead of making its normal close combat attacks. To do so, nominate a vehicle model that is friendly or foe in base contact with the bearer. If you choose a vehicle that is an enemy vehicle, roll to hit with a single attack. If the attack hits, and if you choose a friendly vehicle, roll on the table, and then you roll in this table, and yeah, and the first on a result of 1 is bad, because then your opponent can decide if you lose or you gain 1 whole point. So if it's his vehicle, he will decide to win a whole point. If it's your vehicle that you try to repel, you will destroy him, because you will lose the whole point. Then on 2-3 you remove or you give 1 whole point. On 4-5 you win or you take off this 3 whole point. On 6 is this 6 whole point. So it can be, here say that invulnerable save can be taken against this. So it's curious, it's extremely high wear damage, but I think 35 points for that. I'm not sure if I will spend this money and this number of points on that. Okay, as you can see, for me the most interesting things that I see here are the Mask of Alpha Dominus, maybe, and yeah, and the one that it will not die. The one giving Cognis can be interesting if you are in shooting unit. This also can be very interesting. So yeah, but they cost quite a lot of points. So if we start going through the units, so we can see this guy is mainly, and especially with all the things, this guy is mainly to boost your units and to help. And maybe it's not bad to have the stasis field if you don't want to do anything, and you just repair to repair and to use your units. You put this, you go to ground, you will have always 2+, so you can use him to shield the rest of the army. And then you can use his ability to give back wounds if you receive any wounds. You can even give it will not die to the rest of the unit, so you can make it a unit very resilient. Stasis field will not shoot, you lose all the shooting abilities, but then when it goes to ground, it's going to be a rock. Yeah, the point is you've gone to ground, gone together with the rest of the units, so it's going to be quite tricky one. I'm not sure. So we have the next one, that is the Cataphrone Breachers. These are ballistic and weapon skill 3 and strength and toughness 5, 2 wounds. This is 3, 1 attack, leadership 8 and 3 plus armor save. They have the Cataphrone Breachplate, that is the 4 plus, I think it's 4 plus save. Let me check. It's quite, as I said, this is quite new for me. The Cataphrone, yeah, it's 3 plus. Sorry, these are have 3 plus and this have 4 plus save, and it's here. I don't know. So the model with this special rule cannot make run moves, but can fire up to 2 weapons in each shooting phase. Furthermore, models with this special rule can't stationary when firing heavy weapons or salvo weapons, even if they move in the previous movement phase, and are allowed to charge, so they count as stationary, but they cannot run. They have the heavy arc rifle and the arc claw. Have canticles of Omniscia and they are very bulky. You can add additional ones. You can substitute the heavy arc flyer by the torsion cannon, and any model can take the arc claw by the hydraulic claw for 10 points. And then if we check the weapons, the basic weapons is the heavy arc claw. This is one is strength 5, AP 5 heavy, 2 high wear, so it's mainly anti-vehicle, anti-infantry. It's quite versatile, this one. It's quite strong. And then if it can take, I don't know why they want to shoot 2 weapons, because unless the hydraulic claw can shoot, I don't think they have 2 shooting weapons. Okay. Then can take the torsion cannon, and the torsion cannon is somewhere here. Let me check. Okay, the torsion cannon is here. Is strength 8, AP 1, gravitic contortion, and then each time a non-vehicle model suffers unsafe wound, it causes these 3 wounds, and each time a vehicle suffers a penetrating hit. So these anti-monster creatures, anti-vehicles. So you can make them, and I think I like more the arc is more versatile. But if you really want to go for heavy vehicles and heavy for monsters, this is more anti-monsters, because you still are strength 8, so you need 6 to glance, armor 14 and 5 to glance armor 16, while the heavy arc rifle will do glancing much easier. So I think it's more flexible to have the heavy arc rifle. And then you have the 2 melee weapons. One is the arc claw. The arc claw is strength +1, so it will be strength 6 with these guys. Yes, AP 5 melee high wear. So they are really they are anti-vehicle. And then you can take the hydraulic one, that is strength +2. Iron grasp, and then unwieldy, and then iron grasp model equipped with hydraulic claw makes its close combat attacks and choose instead to make a single grasp. Then if you do single grasp and you hit as normal, then the attack at double of the, so yeah, you can choose to attack at the strength 7 or do a single attack at the strength 10. What is not bad. So they can be quite scary also in close combat. So they are designed to go anti-vehicle, and I think I will keep the basic weapon, that is the heavy arc rifle, to be able to go also anti-infantry. I will apologize if this video goes a little bit long. Then we have the Cataphrone Destroyers. The Cataphrone Destroyers have the Cataphrone Demi-Plate, that is 4 plus armor save, have exactly the same profile, but the armor plate, the armor is a little bit lower. And then they are equipped with the Plasma Culebrin and the Phosphor Blaster, and these are the ones that can shoot the 2 weapons in the shooting phase. and they can change the plasma equilibrium by the heavy GVAP cannon, and any model can replace the phosphor blaster by a Cognis flammer. Again, we can check what they do. What the plasma, you can imagine, is a plasma shooting. So it's going to be strength 7 AP2. So let me see. Yeah, the plasma is 2 shots of plasma of plasma cannon, but at 24 inches. So strength 7 AP2, heavy 2 blast, and 24 inches. So really, this is the anti-marine, anti-heavy infantry. Then we have the phosphor blaster. The phosphor blaster is here on the phosphor is 24 inches, strength 5 AP4, rapid fire lumination. Lumination, remember, is the one that remove 1 to the cover safe if you cause a wound. No, if you cause a hit. No, if you cause a wound, penetrating or glancing hit, you remove 1 point to the cover safe of your enemy. And the enemies you can roll to charge. I'm not very sure this rule is super awesome. And then we have we can substitute the plasma equilibrium by the heavy GVAP cannon, so it's good to check. It's for free, and the heavy GVAP cannon have a strength. It's a graviton. And the graviton is not displaying here, so it's a GVAP weapon. So it's the GVAP weapon that is salvo for 6. So you will use 6 shots of graviton. This is really anti. Is a strength equal to the armor, or you do glancing and you do immobilized and hull point with a 6 on vehicles. So this is quite a strong one, AP2. So yeah, this is really, and these guys are anti-infantry, and I think if you go anti-infantry, I prefer the GVAP versus the double shot of plasma. So I think I will change always for the GVAP weapon, and it's the same cost. And any model can replace the phosphor serpenta by the Cognis flammer. The Cognis flammer is a template, is strength 4 AP5, and then the fire of wall is always causing 3. So I think it's 5 points more. I'm not sure I will do this change. I think I will keep the phosphor weapons and the heavy GVAP cannons. It's going to be, this unit is going to be really a pain for all heavy infantry. But they have less armor, so you have to be careful. Then we have the Fulgurid Electro Priest and the Corps Pucari Electro Priest. These are more light infantry, and they are elite choices. They have weapon skill. These ones have weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 3, and strength and toughness 3, 1 wound, initiative 3, 2 attacks, and leadership 9. They are equipped with close combat weapon, that is the stave, the electro stave, if I'm not wrong, or it's the Volta Haze. Yeah, the electro-like staves. And then, let's make a look to the electro-like staves. Sorry, I'm jumping. The electro-like stave is strength plus 2, AP4. It's like any other stave, melee, concussive, and have the electro-like that to wound of 6 by electro. You cause instant death on 6s. Then they have the special. They have 5+ invulnerable save, but if they completely annihilate a unit, then they go to 3+ invulnerable save in the next turn. So, and they cost 90 points for 5. So you have to be careful. Although they have feel no pain and they have 5+ invulnerable save, I think you have to be careful with them. And then we have the one with the electro gauntlets, that is strength 3 and weapon skill 3 and ballistic skill 4, so they are shooting instead of close combat. They also have feel no pain and zealot, so they are fearless. And then they have the shock whenever a model with this special attacks on gauntlets, shooting phase or in the assault phase, each to hit. Yeah, they have like Tesla in close combat and in shooting, but they don't have any invulnerable save like these ones. I'm checking why is they don't have. Yeah, the Volta Haste field give the 5+ invulnerable save. If we go to the page 77, I think is where it's explained. Yeah, the Volta is 5+ invulnerable save, and furthermore, the model with the field have Hammer of Wrath on strength 4, and does not suffer penalty for initiative for charging. So, yeah, they have like a assault grenades. So they have 5+ invulnerable save, feel no pain, 5+, to give some survivability, but they will die under saturating fire. So you have to protect them. And then the electro, the gauntlets they have is a shooting. The electrostatic gauntlets is a shooting weapon. Okay, and yeah, if we make a look, is strength 4, AP nothing, assault 2, 2 in link, and in melee give +1 to strength. So not amazing. I'm not fan of these guys. I'm obliged to take one of them. I think I prefer the Electro Priest. I'm not big fan of these guys. Then we have the Castellan robot Manipul, and this is composed by 2 of these robots. The robots have strength and weapon skill and ballistic skill 3, strength 6, toughness 7, so they are quite tough. 3 wounds, initiative 2, 2 attacks, leadership 7, and 3+, but doesn't matter because they are fearless. These guys are fearless. And then we have the priest, that is called Cybernetica Data Smith. Have weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 wounds, initiative 3, 2 attacks, and leadership 9. Of course, this guy is equipped with artificer armor. Gamma pistol is a strength 6 AP2, and the data speak is the one that makes the additional attack haywire in the close combat. A power fist and the refractor field. It's like a Terminator, but yeah, like a Terminator, but have not relentless. And then the Castellan robot have the Castellan Battle Hide, that is the way is the Castellan Battle Hide on page 76. Is the armor that is 3+. Armor that give them 3+. No, the carapace mounted in incendiary combustor and 2 power fists. So they have 3 attacks of power fist in close combat if you don't do any change. These guys goes a little bit, you can give them some orders. You have to give the order at the end of your turn and will be effective at the beginning of your turn if I'm not wrong. So when a new battle protocol becomes active at the start of your turn, you can give an order at the end of your turn and then it will be active at the beginning of the next turn. So you have to prepare all Castellan robots and then the orders is all Castellan robots in the unit double their attacks characteristic but cannot make shooting attacks. All Castellan robots in the unit have feel no pain special rule, and all Castellan robots in the unit can fire their carapace mounted weapons twice but cannot move under any circumstances. So yeah, you have to give, and then there is some objects to make this more flexible. And then you can add more Castellan robots for 50 points, for 120 points, and you can include more Data Smith for 50 points. So you can make the Manipul up to 6 robots with 3 Data Smith. I don't think they say that you are forced. So I think you can have 1 Data Smith with a lot of these robots. And then any Castellan robot may replace both power fists with a twin link heavy phosphor blaster. So you can make them completely shooting, and then you know what order you will use normally. Any Castellan robot may replace the carapace mounted incendiary combustor with a carapace mounted heavy phosphor blaster. So you can make them shooting, or you can make them more close combat, because the incandescent thing is a how it's called this? It's I forgot the word now. the incandescent, what's called the incendium combustor, and it's in page 74. Yeah, the incendium combustor is torrent. I was forgetting. It's 4.5 assault torrent. So this is like a flamer. If you want that, and then if not, you put heavy phosphorus thing everywhere. You can change the twin. The Castellan can replace both power fields by a twin link heavy phosphor blaster, and also you put a heavy phosphor blaster on the caparage. So the heavy phosphor blaster is strength 6 AP3. So you make them really anti-infantry, because you will do 6. You can do 3 shots twin link and 3 shots non-twin link. Plus, if you put the one that you remain stationary and you repeat, you will do 12 shots of the strength 6 AP3 per robot. Imagine 24 shots in a robot, and the range is 36. So you can make them really a shooting platform, or you can make them assault without changing any equipment. So yeah, quite interesting unit too. Very expensive, 290 points. If you go, it's going to be 300 if you take all phosphorus. And this is finalizing the units. We go into the formations. The first formation we have is based on the robots we just see, based on the maniple. You have to take 1 tech priest and 2 maniples. So at least 4 of these robots with 2 data smith and 1 on the HQ. They all form a unit, although it's not allowed, but they will be deployed as a unit. They count as 3 victory points if they are killed, and they count as 3 units if they are killed. But they are always counting as 1 unit in the battle. So this formation, the Tech Priest Dominus, counts as a cyber and as a cybernetic data smith for the purposes of Castellan battle protocols. So this guy can give protocols as well. Has not been special rule. Furthermore, as long as the Tech Priest Dominus has not been removed as casualty, any Castellan battle protocol that you choose at the end of your turn takes effect immediately for all Castellan on this formation. So if you want to make them real flexible and you want to change the orders when you won, this formation is helping you. But remember, it's going to be 300 and 360, 100, plus this guy about 150 is going to be 750 points, between 750 and 800 points to have this formation. It's good to have a little bit idea what are the points we're talking when we see these formations. In the shooting phase, any number of the formation cybernetic data smith and or the tech priest can choose to direct the fire of one of these Castellan robots instead of shooting. For each model that do so on this formation, the Castellan robots can shoot a different. So at least you can split the fire, because if not, you are losing all your power fire. So this is quite a nice formation. It's going to be about between 750 and 800 points. So not a bad option. We have the elimination maniple. This is formed by 2 to 3 Cataphront destroyers. The Cataphront destroyers are the ones with the heavy weapons. So you have these ones. And then you have the 1 to 3 eradication Castellan robots, so maniples. So, and then they have the elimination volley. If Castellan robot from this formation scores or 1 or more unsafe wounds, glancing hits or penetrating hits in the unit that has the elimination special rule, all Cataphront destroyers in this formation that targets the same enemy unit at 1 to the ballistic skill. So this guy can be shoot, if you keep them with all the 4 things, you shoot with the strength 6 AP3, and then if you cause a wound or glancing, all the rest will have +1 to and ignore cover. So it's going to be quite strong to eliminate marines in cover. These guys can do a lot of damage. We have then the Dominus Conclave. It's composed by 2 to 3 units of priest of each type, and you have to have always the same number of units of each type of priest. So if you take 2, have to be 2 for the second one. If you take 3, have to be 3 for the second one. They have the Crusader special rule, and remember they are zealots, so they're going to be faster in moving. Models in the unit of the Corpus Cari Elector Priest. These are the ones with the stave. In this formation that within 6 inches of one or more full-jetted Elector Priests. From this formation, fire one additional shot, so the other way around. The ones that have shooting have one additional shot. So you increase the shooting. Enemy units that suffer one or more unsafe wounds from this shooting have the electrified, and then the electrified is explained here. Units, so the ones with the stave. In this formation, reroll failed to wound rolls when fighting with their electrotech stave if they are locked in a unit that contains at least one electrified. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of these guys, but yeah, it's a little bit of boost. So in summary, these guys will have one shot additional if you cause a wound. Then these guys will reroll in close combat if you assault the same unit that you shoot before. And then we have the Holy Requisitioner, and that is 1 Tech Priest Dominus plus 2 to 3 Cutter from Breachers. These are the ones with more armor and less shooting. And they have Deep Strike, and you can Deep Strike this guy first, and then the other guys will Deep Strike around him without dispersing, without scattering, sorry. So this guy will scatter first, and then you can scatter, and they are obliged to be in reserve. And while they are within 6 inches of an objective, units with the cutter from breachers from this formation have counterattack and Zealot special rule, because he's looking to get some technology. So yeah. So this all because we already did. The last rule. Well, here we have the Warlord traits. We can go very fast on the Warlord traits, and we have the rules. So let's first explain the Canticles of Omnitia. It's quite similar to what we see on the Skittery Codex. So each turn you can choose one of these, and the effect will depend. Normally it's increasing depending how many Cult Mechanicus units you have. Is 1 to 3 is this effect, 4 to 7 is this, and 8 plus is this effect. Okay, and each effect cannot be used more than one per battle, except if you're using the main detachment, and then you can repeat one in a battle, but you only can repeat one. And they give different type of boost. Just as example, so this give a stubborn, and reroll, and fearless. Okay, this one for example here is stealth, shrouded, steals and shrouded. So this is the way it goes, no? Plus 1 to strength, plus 2 to strength, plus 3 to strength. So this, and yeah, this more if there are ones that are quite good, and other ones that I don't think are so good. So this one is, yeah, this is reroll once when making a shooting attack, reroll once and 2, reroll when shooting attack. This is quite good. Especially in the first turns, if you can reroll everything, it's going to be very strong. And this is reroll to hit in close combat. Then this you cause enemy unit suffers a single strength 4 hit, 2 hits of strength 4, 3 hits of strength 4, just because you want it. No, it's a hit for more. No, that they are locked in combat. So if one enemy unit is locked in combat with one of yours, you just give that. So 1 hit, 2 hits, or 3 hits of strength 4 at initiative 10. So yeah, there are different boosts that you can give, and you only can give one boost per battle. So you cannot repeat them. Each turn you have to choose one different. And the Warlord traits, the first one is very good. Give Eternal Warrior. I think this is the one that you want. Second one, the nominate a weapon and then have Mastercraft to a weapon. Your Warlord reroll, Feel No Pain rerolls. This is also quite good. And when your Warlord or his unit discovers a mysterious objective, instead of rolling, you identify it, so you can choose what he's discovering. So this is also good if you play mysterious objective. your warlord clause, because then you can have anti-flying, or you can have the thing that you want, the thing that strategically is more important for you. Here you have your warlord close combat attacks have the highware special rule. So if you don't have enough anti-tank, here you have even more. I don't think this is the most strong one. And then when you choose the Canticle of Omnis here, your warlord and his unit always benefit from the highest level. So yeah, so this is also quite good if you put the warlord in a good unit. So the warlord traits are quite strong in that one. These are the weapons that we just already seen. They have their own tactical objectives, but I will not go into detail there. And the summary. So this is Adeptus Mechanicum, the Cult Mechanicum book. Very nice. I think it's good book, and this is. I think they are designed to play together with the Skittery. As you can see, some objects affect Skittery and Cult Mechanicus units. So that's all for this review. I hope you find it interesting. Please leave your comment below. Sorry if I've been a little bit too long, but I wanted to go into all the rules and just share everything what is in this codex at once and give a little bit of my opinion. I hope, please leave your comments below. What do you think about this codex? Do you think it's strong, not? And yeah, and don't hesitate to share your opinion. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and see you again later. Bye.